Welcome to Rebabble AI, your daily AI briefing. It's the 11th of July, and we've got 31 stories for you today. Let's dive in. Part 1. Focus. First up, OpenAI launched DPT 5.6 family, Sol Terra Luna, scoring 53.6 on agents. Last Examine Codex is fully merged into the desktop app, and new ChatGPT work handles cross-app tasks, delivering finished slides and sheets. The API's Ultra mode enables multi-agent collaboration while slashing costs. This is a paradigm shift from chatbots to an operating system for work. Next, Meta's Muse Spark 1.1 brings a million token context and multimodal reasoning, now available via paid API at $1.25 input and $4.25 output per million tokens. It undercuts OpenAI and Anthropic hard. By opening its frontier models for the first time, Meta is squeezing competitor margins and fueling the AI price war. Meanwhile, XI released Grok 4.5, its first model built specifically for coding and agents. Co-trained with Karn, it topped Automation Bench AA with 51% and showed high token efficiency, priced at $2 in and $6 out per million tokens. It directly challenges OpenAI and Anthropic on speed and value in the developer ecosystem. Also in the mix, Meta plans to mass-produce its 4th-gen AI chip Iris by September, built by Bailoom on TSMC. It will supplement NVIDIA and AMD GPUs, supporting compute growth from 7 gigawatts to 14 gigawatts by 2027. This reduces dependence on NVIDIA as Meta scales for its Muse models. Finally, in this section, SpaceX filed with the FCC for a 3rd-gen Starlink constellation of 100,000 satellites, each weighing 2 tons, with 10 times uplink and 22 times downlink boosts. It aims to connect xAI's cloud, Tesla FSD, and Optimus robots into a physical world neural network. A bold infrastructure play for the AI era. Part 2. Trends. Shifting gears. Ant Group and Lingbo unveiled Lingbot VA 2.0, the first embodied, native world action model, trained from scratch. It aligns semantics, action, and vision using MoA and Look, a Hanakung inference, achieving 150 Hz real-time control on a single GPU. This marks a leap toward native intelligence in robot brains. Next up, Yinlu Flash released Gay AI, the first from scratch billion PAMA Chinese music model. It solves Mandarin phoneme, alignment with dual stream generation for vocals and accompaniment. A revenue sharing deal with ByteDance closes the loop from generation to monetization in China's music market. And lastly, Baidu's Universal Agent DASI saw daily queries jump 20 times. The personal edition now features smart routing, cross-device memory, and cloud browser operations. The Enterprise Edition adds team collaboration, asset management, and Huaco integration skills standards. This accelerates AI agents into enterprise weekbooks. Moving on, 1X Technologies unveiled NIU's new hand, 25 degrees of freedom, quasi-direct drive tendons, and high-resolution tactile sensing. It performs precise tasks like screwing bulbs and plugging cables. The hand is entering mass production with a goal of 10,000 units this year. Dexterous manipulation is going industrial. And to wrap up this section, China Sugan unveiled the all-domestic 100,000 GPU AI supercluster Dawn 8000. It supports full precision computing and achieves engineering breakthroughs across networking, liquid cooling, storage, and scheduling, originated for over 300 applications. A second system is already underway. Domestic AI infrastructure is scaling fast. Part 3. Tools. First up, Unsloth AI released Envoy FOP, 4 quantized versions of Quenon 3.6 models, boosting TPU speed by up to 2.5 times without losing accuracy. The FIMPI 8 KB cache also doubles context length. This makes large language models significantly more practical on consumer hardware. Local AI just got a lot faster. Next, Google Cloud and DeepMind launched Alpha Evolve, a Gemini-powered agent that autonomously designs and optimizes code. It's already generating GPU kernels on the Frontier supercomputer, discovered new quantum error correction, and sped up drug discovery simulations by 4 times. Engineering bottlenecks are now AI's problem. Meanwhile, a new open-source tool, Generate Bokines, integrates with Open Web UI to create polished Word documents from MicDo or JSON. It offers 7 templates for reports, white papers, and proposals, complete with cover pages, tables of contents, and charts. Turn AI conversations into professional documents instantly. One more on this front. OpenFox introduces speculative cache warming for local AI coding. It takes advantage of typing pauses to plate system prompts onto the GPU, saving 10 to 20 seconds per new session at 500 tokens per sentence. Those seconds of waiting are now gone. And finally, Noose Research launched Hermes, Agent on the cloud via the news portal. Developers choose a model and server, deploying a live agent in 60 seconds. Features include granular access controls and unified billing. Enterprise AI deployment just got easier. Part 4. Learning. First up, Samaya AI open source frontier finance, a benchmark for financial agents. It tests tasks like information extraction, macro analysis, and catalyst monitoring across 220 real cases with over 11,000 expert rules. The top system, Samaya's own, achieves only 50.8% accuracy. AI still has a long way to go in finance. Next up in learning, the AI Futures Project releases AI 24 Plan A, a positive vision for international AGI coordination and safety. It predicts 100 trillion N parameter models by 2028, details computing cluster growth and algorithm evolution, and calls for global compute transparency. The shark tay, we need monitoring mechanisms now, before it's too late. Meanwhile, a Stanford team publishes The Agentic Garden of Forking Paths. They found AI research agents given different role backgrounds, select analysis paths, matching their assigned beliefs, replicating human ideological bias. The sharp cascades, AI science needs checks not just on correctness, but on hidden biases in assumptions. Also in AI researches, Peking and Fuji University's proposed LIMAS-R, a framework for action quality assessment with missing multimodal data. Selected for iShikML 2026 spotlights, it rephrases the problem as sequence to score reasoning, using LLMs and dual-path aggregation, achieving more accurate fine-grained scoring on benchmarks like FS 1000. Takeaway AI can still judge performance even when data is incomplete. And to wrap up this Peking University's latest work on human-object interaction editing, they introduce HoEdit, a benchmark for spatial disambiguation and physical reasoning, and SKI, a self-correction framework using video generation to diagnose and fix errors. Selected for iXML 2026, it significantly improves editing accuracy. Takeaway AI editing now understands how objects interact. Part 5. Business. First up in business, Alama completes a B round, led by Benchmark, raising total to $88 million. The platform now boasts 9 million active developers, covering 85% of Fortune 500 companies. Funds will accelerate hybrid reasoning, support more open models, and expand cloud services. Takeaway local AI is becoming enterprise standard. Next, Tencent and others plan to repurchase Manu's parent company from Meta at a $2 billion valuation. The deal sees Butterfly Effect remain independent in Singapore, with Tencent as the largest but minority shareholder. This move aims to avoid U.S. tech regulation. Takeaway geopolitics shapes AI ownership deals. Finally, in this SAC, Minimax raises 16 billion Hong Kong dollars from sovereign funds. CEO Yan Junji pledges to forego salary until achieving AGI and allocates 4% of personal shares for long-term incentives. Over 80% of pre-IPO investors agree to lock up holdings. Takeaway commitment to AGI goes beyond just technology. Part 6. Community. First in community, the EU passes chat control, allowing law enforcement to scan encrypted chats, emails, and photos without a warrant. Passed while many lawmakers were on recess, it sparks fierce privacy backlash. Critics call it authoritarian surveillance in the name of security. Takeaway, and Trenken is at a crossroads in Europe. Next, China's new regulation on AI companion services forced ByteDance and Alibaba to take down their smart agent features. Thousands of users are protesting the loss of their personal AI emotional assets. Critics say these products create addiction through constant positive feedback, raising urgent ethical and child protection questions. The crackdown signals a new era for virtual companion regulation. Meanwhile, major AI labs like Meta, OpenAI, and DeepSeek are moving to build their own chips, cutting ties with NVIDIA's GPU monopoly. The shift comes as memory, not compute, becomes the new bottleneck, driving up HBM prices and memory stocks. The AI ecosystem is transforming from a chip war into a full-stack sovereignty battle. And now, New York Times accuses OpenAI of deleting evidence in an ongoing copyright lawsuit. The plaintiff says OpenAI secretly built a database of 78 million conversations and used filters to log plagiarism, but lied in court about retrieving training data. The judge may now impose harsh sanctions, setting a critical precedent for AI copyright cases. Finally, the developer community is split over vibe coding. After Claude Fable 5 rewrote Buns Rod's dog from Zig to Rust in 11 days for $165,000. Critics argue, AI-generated code runs but is overly complex, creating a new form of technical debt that humans can easily understand. This debate could shape how we trust AI-written code in production. Part 7. More. First up, Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Warsh appointed venture capitalist Mark Andreessen to co-chair a working group on productivity and employment, focusing on AI as a disinflationary force. Critics question the potential conflict of interest given Andreessen's deep ties to tech. The move signals the Fed's serious consideration of AI's macroeconomic impact and could influence future rate decisions. Next, a survey from Harvard and The Atlantic warns of a post-reading era as students increasingly use AI to summarize texts instead of reading. Many now consider reading a burden, using AI to translate classics into simplified language. Educators are alarmed that deep comprehension and critical thinking are deteriorating among younger generations. This trend threatens to reshape education and cognitive skills. And finally, surgeons at UC San Diego remotely controlled a Unitree G1 humanoid robot to successfully perform a gallbladder removal on a live pig. The robot used standard surgical tools with custom grips, completing the procedure in 30 minutes. This breakthrough shows that general-purpose humanoid hardware could enable low-cost, high-precision remote surgery in the future. That is all 31 stories for today. Full written coverage is linked in the description. See you